Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for being enthusiastic even after an entire day, a working day. So we had studied, or read, and discussed some of the first points of is one is Radhanath Maharaj's instruction on cultivating friendship or spiritual relationships. So we'll continue ahead. Let me share.
Recording in progress.
Yeah. So who would like to read? You have the other one, your mic? No? Oh, you have, no?
Yeah.
Working. So you would like to begin reading?
Sure, Prabhu.
I think we read up to seventh one.
Inspire each other to cut the weeds of our own pride, selfish ambitions, political natures, which strangles our relationships.
Yeah, thank you. See, this is one aspect. I think somebody had asked the question. You had asked, and we discussed that this is coming ahead. Somebody had asked this. Sandesh. Yeah, he's not there. So, so these eighth and ninth points are actually exactly that only. Maybe we can read the ninth one also. Go ahead to read the ninth one.
Dealing with snake of envy, which grows in our relationships. It is a test. See envy as impurity of my heart, else we will never overcome it birth after birth after birth. My envy for God is manifesting. Hear philosophy regularly to understand that problem is not in him but in me.
So see the eighth point. Inspire each other to cut the weeds of our own pride. So see, pride is a weed. So you know this example of Bhakti Lata beach. So there are four aspects to it. You have when you grow a plant, when you do gardening, farming, you have four aspects. One is the bhumi or the fertile ground. Second is the seed, quality seed. Third is the growth of the creeper, which is nourishment. Okay, and fourth is the protection of the plant, okay, which is fencing. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 19th chapter, it teaches, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave these instructions to Rupa Goswami in Prayagraj, that what is the process of Abhideya. So there he teaches with this example. He says, become a gardener. Mali Hayya. Mali Hayya matlab, become a gardener of your spiritual life. How do you become a gardener? I told the four aspects. Let's see the parallel. What is the meaning of preparing the ground of our heart? See, have any of you done gardening or farming anytime? You've done? Okay, very good. You're from farming background?
No, just like normal at home, little bit of gardening.
Okay. Anyone else like more than that? You're from farming background? Oh, very good.
Like the summer, like not whole year.
Okay, do you know
Yeah.
what? So, how do you prepare the ground?
First we plow the ground.
That is already if you have been sowing seeds into it. What if you are doing first time?
Sowing the seeds, they first plow the ground with the bullock cart.
Correct, but that is already if you have been doing uh,
Yeah.
like since before. You, what if it's a new ground? What is first done is you remove the pebbles and stones. Correct? You have seen that doing? They remove first with hand. If you have to go around and pick big things. Then you plow. But if it is already plowed, then again you can just plow next time. So you first you remove all the big stones, everything. Then you plow. Then next step is you sow a quality seed. Then third step is you nourish by water, sunlight, and manure, right? And fourth step is you protect and fence. So there are very many ways to do it. Now let's see the first one. The first step is to make the ground ready. How do we do that? How do we do that in our spiritual life? The removing of those stones and all, big stones, pebbles, okay, like hard, rocky things. That is like changing our lifestyle, coming to goodness. Okay. And then what is the meaning of plowing? So Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita explains that Raghunath Das Goswami, his heart became so fertile for the growth of Krishna consciousness, so fertile that like seed was like like that it is. How? How the ground was so fertile? Because of his behavior and dealings with the devotees or even with the others. Those dealings were so good, so humble and respectful that people's hearts were very happy, very melted by seeing him. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says it is by the blessings of other devotees, other Vaishnavas, that the plowing of our heart happens. Because plowing of the heart means making the heart humble. And that happens when we offer respect to others. Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishuna, amanina manadena. So that's why his heart was like extremely fertile land. Okay. So we have to be watchful of our dealings with the devotees, especially with the devotees, but actually with anyone. It's not just devotees. Because ultimately all are living entities. Second aspect is quality seed. So seed represents in our spiritual life the process of Krishna consciousness, the desire to serve Krishna. Quality seed comes from quality source. In our case, we have the highest quality source, Srila Prabhupada. The only thing is, we also have to be connected qualitatively. Therefore, the source of our hearing and the source of our association should be very high quality. So sometimes devotees start reading as any and every book, literally. Like they don't, you know, uh, they don't do the right discrimination, and then this is a very important aspect actually. So whom are we associating with? Whom are we seeking guidance from? Whom are we hearing from? Therefore, this YouTube or just ISKCON means just open society like. So yeah, we can respect all. We can chant Hare Krishna with everyone. But when it comes to taking association and being affected, so there should be a choice. Similarly, hearing kirtans. So not just we hear professional kirtans. Like many Bollywood person they also sing kirtans for some, or we sometimes can have some recording. That is good for new people. Mm. Similarly, taking in, like prasad and all. So sometimes it may be all right. Once in a while, some prasad is there from outside. Like you don't have any option or you don't know, or some etiquette is there, somebody. But otherwise, we avoid at least the regular intake of outside prasad. Outside prasad means I'm saying like it is cooked by some uh, whatever, you know, and or in US it's like heavily processed, and then you come and offer, or somebody offers and then gives. So at least regular basis we should not take like that. Okay. So to the degree we can do this, the seed will be very high quality. The source of our input. Okay. Because whomever you associate with, those kind of desires we get. Like if you associate a lot with Ram Rai Pro, then what desire will you get? Ah, to do kirtan. Wonderful, isn't it? Similarly, you associate with Mahotsav Pro, book distribution. You know, you associate with Loknath Swami, kirtans. You know, you associate with Radhe Shyam Prabhu, youth preaching, especially youth preaching. You know, right? So you see, you choose your association. so that your seed is of very high quality, and be very submissive to spiritual master. Third aspect is the growth, the nourishment of the creeper. So that was sunlight, water, and manure. This is our ninefold processes: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Among these nine processes, also, the first two, Shravanam and Kirtanam, these are the most primary in nourishing the creeper of our heart. Okay, this Bhakti Lata creeper. And to the degree this is healthy, the creeper grows very fast. Okay. Then, fourth aspect is protection of the plant. Usually, it is done by fencing. Okay, what is fencing? Stay in ISKCON centers or stay with some devotees like some room partners, or stay in a community of families like devotee families like nearby here and there, so that your family friends, so that your personal friends should be devotees. So there is a protection, like let's say you're living in a community, like Pune NBCC has a community, or I think here Detroit, LA, Houston, they have like many devotees living close by. So, like, I'll tell you one instance. One time, I was many years back, I don't remember, maybe 17, 18 years back. I was not officially a brahmachari then, I was a student or a working person, I don't remember. So we were returning from Mayapur, and my train was separate. Another devotee's train was separate. Like, I was going back to my home, and I remember being on this Howrah station for quite many hours, train gap, and I was very hungry, and I did not have anything. So I just started scanning the shops, you know, like what can be taken. And then I went to this one or two shops where, so I took like this Haribol milk is there, flavored milk, like that type of something I took. And I was then looking at chips, like the salted chips or something. So, and I was, because we are a little choosy as devotees, like we have to be very careful. So I was seeing many shops and many things, you know. So there was some sweets, some what, and asking questions also to the shop. And suddenly one person came from behind, and he just he said, what are you doing? Is it good, like that you should do all this? I said, what happened? So I was in Tilak and Dhoti Kurta, and this person also was some congregation devotee somewhere, and I had very short hair, so he thought I'm a brahmachari only. Of course, even otherwise also, like, we should be. And he said, you are spoiling the name of ISKCON devotees by, so many shops you are so eager to eat, and I said, my God, this person. But I felt very happy. I said, oh, good that devotees are all around. Krishna has CCTV cameras. He's watching. Correct, na? So that is a benefit of fencing. Fencing means, like, you are in the temple. What can you do? You tell me. You cannot avoid morning program. Correct, na? प्रभु devotees association में रहने से you are um, there is an ego which acts. That what will other devotees say? Imagine you bring some, you start talking to some young girl, too much. Devotees only will, I mean, you cannot do that in the association of devotees, correct, na? So this is one of the aspects of, this is one of the limbs of devotion that is given by Rupa Goswami, Mathura Vas. Mathura Vas means you stay in a temple or you stay in a holy place. Becomes very easy to chant, correct too? So when there is a like campus or a protected area, or what do you call, like, gated community बोलते हैं ना, gated community. So then you feel very safe there actually inside. People allow their kids to roam around, do anything. Your car is safe. You feel very safe. That is the meaning of fencing. Stay in such a place. Okay. Second way of, which is even more important, way of protecting. Anyone can guess? It's tough, but if you can guess. Okay, no problem. Huh? Oh, not committing Vaishnava Aparadh, yeah. Yeah, that is coming to after this. Uh, very, okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, he's telling always seeking guidance before making any decision like that. That's correct. Basically, yeah, that is part of it. Basically, if you have heard of the redwood forest in California, even in the greatest of storms, these trees did not fall down, even in cyclones and all. Despite the fact that the roots of these trees is very shallow, like it is not deep. So how did they not fall down? You know that? They're intertwined with each other. Okay. So each tree is deriving strength from six, seven other trees around it. And then those are in turn deriving strength from. So practically it's a whole network. They're intertwined. So to that degree, we have very good relationships. Will be very nicely protected. Because like see one devotee was there, Russian devotee, and he was once sitting on the roof of, you heard of this? Yeah. He was sitting on the parapet wall of the terrace of one of the Mayapur buildings, like 4 5 story high. So imagine you're on the fourth story, sitting on the parapet this wall on the terrace, and this devotee was chanting in the evening hours, and he was feeling a little sleepy while chanting. Now he was a very angry devotee, okay, in general. So some devotees were watching him. My God, he should not fall down. But only thing is, who will take the risk? Because devotee is very angry devotee by nature. He'll just start shouting left, right, center. You understand? So this is the risk. If we do not behave properly with devotees, like if we do not have friendly relationship, then their roots will not be intertwined, and nobody will be able to guide us, as Prabhu rightly said. We will not be able to seek guidance. Nobody will guide us. Nobody will protect or warn us. That is a lesson Prabhupada gives in Bharat Maharaj section, fifth canto. That right now. Okay. So this is the entire thing about growing the Bhakti Lata Creeper. Now there is one more thing. Sometimes weeds grow. Okay, you can take care of the plant in this way, but sometimes the weeds grow. Okay, and weeds, they very much affect and they lessen the growth of the actual creeper. So what do you do in such case? You uproot the weeds. How do you uproot the weeds? Because if you cut the weed, it will come again. How do you uproot the weeds? Yeah, from the root. Like, so how to do that in our spiritual life? Nip it in the bud. Very good. First and best thing is, as soon as you see, this is exactly the point. For this point only, I told the whole analogy of Bhakti Radha Kiva. But it's very important, right? Helpful. Yeah. So see, as this point, eighth and ninth, no, which Prabhu read, inspire each other to cut the weeds of our own pride, selfish ambitions, political nature, which strangle our relationship. When the weeds come, na Prabhu, they don't allow the actual plant to grow. All the water and nutrition, it sucks. Similarly, we may be there in the spiritual life, doing all the rituals, morning pranam, reading, hearing, and we are wondering what happened. I'm drying up. Why are we drying up? Because of this weed. So, how should this weed be handled? Two very prominent things. One is do not commit offense. Otherwise, it is said Hati Mata Aprava, like a mad elephant comes and destroys the creepers. Weed also sucks. And second, which is the most important thing, always seek guidance. So when we seek guidance and we are attentive in our spiritual life, then this will not happen. What is the meaning of being attentive? Imagine this is uh, this is where the that is there, uh, like the actual plant. Okay, you can see here. I'm showing to them. Imagine this is where the actual plant is there. Now I'm watering. They take no like this. Now if I'm inattentive, what will happen? Like I'm talking, Prabhu Hari Bol, and I'm watering like this. You're seeing? If I'm attentive, I'll water here. If I'm inattentive, what happens? Yeah. Happens or not? Yeah. You got the point? So if I'm watering here somewhere nearby, their creeper is not there, but some other weed will grow. So if we're inattentive in our japa, okay, or in our hearing, but mostly in our japa and hearing, or see if you are inattentive in dealings, then offenses happen. Then also your creeper will get destroyed by mad elephant. If you're inattentive in our japa and hearing, then nourishment is there, which means water is there, you know, but it is not going to the creeper. It is going elsewhere, and that is how the weed comes out. So is it making sense? Yeah. So what do we mean practically by this? See, read this point again. Now it will make sense. Inspire each other to cut the weeds of our own pride, selfish ambitions, and political nature. So, Prabhu, I've seen this happening with devotees. I can tell you proper examples from it's like a whole science. Falling down is also a science. Breaking relationship is also a science. There was this one brahmachari I used to tell him that 2 years I kept telling him, Prabhu, don't speak lies unnecessarily. Unnecessarily for small things you would speak lies. So see, in the beginning, it's very easy because as you said, nip it in the bud. That is intelligent thing. Like a stitch in time saves nine. So what happens initially, you can also easily see, and others can also easily see. And people don't feel so bad initially to just tell you, Prabhu, please take care of this again and again. You're always sleeping in Japan nowadays. Or Prabhu, you know, devotees are a little bit getting fried up with your behavior. What? Are you okay? Like, why are you always? So we should have that kind of humility to accept guidance or hear from devotees, take feedbacks regularly. Otherwise, what happens? Uh, this this weeds. If you're see when the weed is like very small plant, very easy. You can just when the weed grows, it becomes very difficult to uproot. You'll find tough time actually. How to do now? So therefore, initially only when you see such tendencies of pride, selfish ambitions, immediately we should offer prayer, hear from spiritual master, take help of some devotee guide. When you see little things coming up in you, some very wrong habit, immediately go and take shelter of some devotee. Otherwise, when it grows beyond a threshold limit, you will find it tough to even reveal to someone. And even if devotees can see, if they say you say no, basically now that weed becomes so strong that creeper is not visible only. So it happens actually. Then it becomes the nature of that person, and it becomes very difficult to cut that weed. Very difficult. So political nature or critical nature. Like I told one devotee, Prabhu, always you criticize others in these small things. It will not look like criticism. See, Prabhu, you know, you should cover that thing nicely, huh? It will get spoiled. No, I'm just saying like one example. Or you may say, no, see, Prabhu, you don't wash, that bag. Always it is dirty. Prabhu. Please wash. Basically, you ask you that devotee will not remember last time when he appreciated. Slowly it becomes that habit. I've seen Prabhu like one day. I asked Prabhu, at least somebody you should glorify for something. What is there to glorify, Prabhu? Most of the devotees simply struggling only. You won't believe it, Prabhu. People actually come to that. Another devotee, I told him, Prabhu, you're always speaking lies. उसका हैबिट पता है कैसा हो गया he like you ask him what is the time now time is right now 9:30 exactly no sorry 8:30 exactly and that duty will say 8:45 if you ask him at 8:40 at 8:50 he will say 8:45 or 8:55 or 9 his mind took it by default now even his intelligence was not involved mind ke level pe I don't have to speak exactly I have to speak here and there. You understand? You may think, "Bro, कैसे हो सकता है ऐसा?" अरे ऐसा होता है, हैबिट पड़ जाता है. There's a simple habit of going late. You've seen? It's like person struggles. Every day he may come 2 minutes late, but he will come late. बहुत स्ट्रगल हो जाता है, बहुत स्ट्रगल. अरे ये बहुत सिंपल चीज़ है, but speaking live or criticizing, politicizing, making groupism. So then these things become very strong habits. This is given in the Chaitanya same Rupa Shiksha by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's called Kutinati. You become political. Okay. So this thing should be avoided because this Prabhu, this finishes the relationship. The relationship, the trust is not there. Sorry. The trust is not there. Once trust is not there, it's gone. Okay. Was it understandable? See the next point, ninth. Dealing with snake of envy. See, Maharaj calls snake of envy. That means envy is poison. Envy should be seen as poison. Why? See, even if you imagine you are carrying poison in your tongue, in your mouth, to give to someone, what will happen? At first, you only will die, na? Correct? You're carrying scorpion to throw it on someone. So what will happen first? Huh. So envy actually hardly creates problem for others. Envy is the biggest problem for someone who has it. Okay. So therefore, one should be very careful. It is a very big test of Maya. See, wherever description of spiritual world comes, most of the times you will see description non-envy, non-envy. You may think, "Arey, please describe what all trees are there, this and that. Tell me some nice things." Not nice things. The description of spiritual world means non-envy. You've seen this everywhere. Second, see envy as the impurity of my heart. So if I'm experiencing envy towards other devotees, like you see your friend, I mean some other devotee in our temple getting more appreciated or doing things very nicely and receiving a lot of mercy, you know, cheerfully dancing along. So instead of becoming envious, we should think ideally, I have come here for learning to love Krishna. And see this devotee, he has got so much mercy of Krishna. He's always excited about reading, hearing, chanting with devotees. He loves to serve devotees. Let me also catch some drops of this nectar. Correct, na? Like that. If we become envious, we do not gain anything. Rather, Krishna becomes displeased. Why? Because envying other devotees is envying God. Because the source of all the good qualities in any person is Krishna. है ना? So when if I'm envying a part of the tree, then I'm envying the tree itself, like that. And therefore, here philosophy regularly. Philosophical conviction helps us a lot to see faults in ourselves. So we should rather see faults in ourselves rather than seeing faults in others. So that's how Maharaj says in one lecture. Maharaj, I think that is a title of the lecture also. Antidote of envy is appreciation. You've seen this title? Antidote of envy is appreciation. You just appreciate. Slowly, slowly you'll see the envy will go away. Okay. So are these 2 points relevant to 8th and 9th? Good. Okay, next. 10th. Who would like to read? You keep that mic. Huh.
Deep friendship among us Vaishnavas is really experienced after 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of cultivation because it is like gold that has been tested and purified by fire.
This is one of the best things I love about like Maharaj's teachings on friendship. Very important, extremely important. Do not think it's a small time investment. Do not think it is like sprint or overnight achievement. Always remember it's a marathon, and it is something for lifetime. See, we have to have a commitment. This is for life. The 11th point. We have to have a commitment. This is for life. Like Lord Ramachandra, when he befriended Sugriva, he said, if I am your friend, I would like to serve you. Immediately rendered service and got his wife back, got his kingdom and his freedom back. Correct? Sugriva forgot. I need to reciprocate. So friendship means that loyal commitment for life. One very important thing is not to expect overnight miracles. Today night we'll spend 4 hours discussing about our Dukher Katha and we'll become friends. Not like that. Just even if you just come together in morning program, dance together in kirtan, hear together, chant together, serve together, you'll see slowly your relationship will build. So the organic farming means natural farming, and otherwise how it is, like put a lot of extra chemicals and this and that. It may look product may look very nice, but not nutritious, not tasty. Okay. Similarly, cooking. We are speaking in front of such a big cook. Yeah, Prabhu also. So whenever you cook something, like let's say you're cooking halwa, if you roast the halwa on a high flame, you may like very quickly it may become ready. But there is nothing like slow flame, slowly roasted halwa. Even if you're just the atta, it becomes chocolatey actually. The halwa which comes out is chocolatey, so nice in texture, in look, in taste, especially in taste, it's like fantastic. Even it will stay for longer time without getting spoiled. So do organic development of friendship, right? Regular investment, small investment. Does it make sense? That builds trust, that builds love. So it takes time. Actually, if you think that I have developed friendship in 1 year, you may think it's friendship. But very quickly, test of the friendship is in the consistency and is in the uh, how much opportune people are to serve each other. So how long a relationship has been, how many years, same person continuing to be your friend. That shows the depth of relationship. Okay, Sachin, true. It's good. Okay. Yeah, let's be the next one.
12.
Yeah, 12.
Our own satisfaction in Krishna consciousness and our ability to convince people of the substance is very much based on the type of loving relationships we develop.
Yeah. Actually, our satisfaction in Krishna consciousness and our ability to convince people will come when we are experiencing Krishna. And how do we experience Krishna? Yeah, based on the relationships we have. I can tell you, bro, you screw up your relationship with your superiors and your spiritual mentor and whatever. And I can tell you, you will not, Krishna consciousness will become like very difficult. How to do, bro? You screw up relationship with the devotees you live with and with your superior. Khadam. You'll not be able to practice only. It look like Mount Everest. You agree? Yeah. And you do the opposite. If they are very happy, your relationship is very good. It will be like cakewalk. Interesting, na? This is a science actually. So our satisfaction level and our practice of sadhana bhakti becomes very easy to the degree we have very good relationships. And then we are able to easily cry out to the Lord, dear Lord, please feel blessed. Even our hearing becomes very effective when we have good relationship with the devotee. We are hearing from, we are hearing with. Is it relevant to? Understandable? Next. Yeah. Would like to read.
Reciprocation with Krishna is a very advanced platform to really taste it deep down. But we can taste it in relationship with his devotees. Else the aspects of KC, Krishna consciousness, will become dry and tasteless.
Yeah. So we do not know Krishna directly, like as of now in our life, but we know devotees. Once one man came to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, please give me sannyas. Prabhupada said, "Arre." Suddenly person came and says, give me sannyas. Prabhupada says, why do you think you are qualified for sannyas? Swamiji, yesterday night my wife died. I did not cry even one tear. And today morning I did her last rites. And see, I am here. I'm not at all affected. No attachment. Prabhupada said, wow. Prabhupada said, however, to have sannyas, you need attachment to Krishna. And I feel you should get married again because you did not develop any attachment, any affection, and did not cry any tear for someone who served you for 20-25 years visibly, who left her parents for you, who changed her lifestyle for you, was there with you at every step of life, who gave kids to you, and you could not become affectionate to her, attached to her. You know? So your heart is like a stone. So first you should become attached to, I mean, you should get married again and learn to become attached to those who are visible. Then one day you may have hope of being attached to Krishna who is not visible. Then you can have sannyas. Interesting, right? So sannyas means it's Vaishnava sannyas means it's about attachment to Krishna. So therefore, in relationship with his devotees, we can experience Krishna consciousness. We can experience reciprocation, love, right? Because we cannot get it directly from Krishna, just like we cannot get it directly from Prabhupada. So Prabhupada's representative are there, devotees in our lives. Okay. And the last one,
We will cooperate with each other for the higher purpose of pleasing Srila Prabhupada and Krishna.
yeah. So there may be 1,000 reasons to fight, but there is one reason to unite. What is that?
Prabhupada and Krishna. Guru and Gaura.
Because we all love Prabhupada and Krishna. You know? Just like if I love India, then even though I may not feel good about some other player in the team, but still we'll work together. Not like we both are batting. And when he, you know, makes a shot and there are 2 runs to be taken, and I get him out, running like that. Correct, I can do that, no? But if I do that, what is the loss? Loss of everyone, mine also, because our country is getting lost. Hmm. Similarly, you must have heard of that story where Prabhupada told like there was a rich man and he had 2 sons. So one son was massaging one side, another son another side, and they were little having fight with each other. So one was beating on the other side, like the other guy's area, and this guy was like, and eventually they just took sword only. And his father said, "My God, you love me or you don't love me? You hate each other so much." So some of my equals, like some of us who are young leaders in ISKCON in India, so some few years back when we met at one event, common event, and that event was for leaders. So we took this commitment to each other that that we don't want to fight. We want to always remain heart to heart, united friends, and improvise on our relationship slowly and slowly. Why? Because we felt that we owe it to Prabhupada that our followers or our juniors tomorrow should not fight. See, because if you just stay in ISKCON, you'll become senior. Somebody will follow you eventually, especially when you grow too big. There are so many people looking up to you, and those people should not fight. When the leaders fight, they will fight. When leaders unite, they will unite. This is the biggest preaching we can do. The example we set, who we are, the culture we have, and dealings with each other. So, at least for the sake of Prabhupada, Krishna, and service to this society, we can do that. So there may be many reasons to fight, but okay, there is. So is my attachment to Sir Prabhupada higher than my one or two frustrations with somebody, or is that higher? Good, na? Hare Krishna. So Maharaj given very deep and very universal, very sublime instructions on this cultivating spiritual relationship with devotees. Yes. So we have 10 minutes. Devotees can share any comment or any questions if you have. Yes, Ashok.
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for such enlightening class. So, Prabhuji, I have one question regarding when you were saying about envy. So sometimes it happens that uh, if by mistake a devotee does not do a seva properly, and we may have to say to the superior that it is because of this devotee that something is spoiled. So how can we convey in such a way that it is not a like not out of envy,
Yeah.
but about like giving the right message that he doesn't wanted to do it, but he did it. Like
Yeah, very good actually. Very good question. Proper. I think many of us face it regularly. One very important thing is communication. First, be very clear what I what am I facing. You know? Like I'll tell you one thing: how we become judgmental in our thinking and communication. Till some years back, I used to always ask, did you understand? Like in classes, Samjha? It's a very little. It's a little offensive thing, especially like some people may. You know, पता है ना? प्रभुपाद जानते हो ना? इंडिया जानते हो? समझ में आया ना मैं क्या बोला? Understood? Like it's a little question with kind of a tone of superiority complex. And then I thought actually people are willing to understand. That's why they're sitting there in here. I should ask, could I explain? Was it relevant? Was it understandable? It's a very neutral way of asking, or rather asking कि मैं समझा पाया क्या? तुम तो समझ सकते हो. So then I started asking such questions. Good, bro. Good, na? Like positive or neutral? Understandable. Or could I explain, bro? Like that. You understand? See the difference? The subtle difference? Big difference actually. So when you are talking about other devotees, like we can say, so somehow, like let's say some other devotee had to arrange for the class setup. And suddenly when you went and the class is about to start and when Prabhuji is also coming, that devotee is also not that he didn't do also. So what we use say like, Are Prabhu, that devotee, he didn't do anything, he's useless. I don't know why he doesn't want to do. It's a very judgmental thing. Best, benefit of doubt. What is the benefit of doubt? We can say, oh, I'm sorry, Prabhuji. Okay. Somehow this is not done today. Let us do it right away. You focus on the subject matter. Like what happens, another example I have observed. Say I am on Zoom. Now, somebody is speaking and I am not able to hear. So what I say? अरे प्रभु कुछ सुनाई में ना कुछ बोलो ना बोलो बोलो म्यूट देखो आपका म्यूट देखो many times such things happen whereas after some time I realize oh sorry मेरा ही it so we have to be like doubly sure that we are on the and still we can say somehow Prabhu, it did not happen. We don't have to focus on the person, Prabhu. You understand, Prabhu? Active voice and passive voice. Active voice is Asha Prabhu is handling his Apple laptop. Who is the subject in this? What is the subject in this statement? We should continue to observe ourselves and refine. Oh, I'm assuming. Oh, I'm speaking like that. Or sometimes what I do, bro, somebody suddenly says like this to me. अरे प्रभु तुमने भेजा ही नहीं. अरे भेजा था प्रभु जी आपको. And then I started thinking, why is he talking like this? Then I think like that for myself. Hey, actually it seems I also talk like this only. So then slowly we make conscious effort. Does it make sense? Yes. Like conscious effort means Like let's say I take the ghee lamp in the arati, and some devotee is singing. Somebody is singing, right, leading the arati. Usually, what happens? We just go one by one and boom. Now he's singing also, playing kartal also, mridang also. It becomes very difficult for the person, you know. And then, but people have that habit. They'll go, they'll not see. So I realize that I am feeling inconvenience by this. Or if I am in the audience part, then I feel suddenly why the kartal stopped, why the mridang stopped, or why the mic is not, because when he does like this, the mic sound will not go. So then I thought I understood one thing. At least when I show ghee lamp to others, I should be very sensitive. If you know, the devotee who is singing, first I can give to others, or I can just wait in the side. If you wait in front of him, he feels bad also. See, very simple observation. You able to appreciate what I am trying to convey. Yeah. So giving benefit of doubt to others, seeing it from their point of view, and keeping our communication unassuming. Of course, it's not like I'm able to always do like that. I'm just trying to be like that. Okay. So talk clearly and ask the relevant, pertinent questions. Prabhu, had you sent this? Yes, Prabhu, I had sent. Okay. Seems somehow I did not receive. Maybe let me check my email again. Or Prabhu, had you sent this? No, Prabhu, I could not send. Oh, okay, no problem. Can you send now? Actually, I also should have reminded you. When you say like that, other person feels comforted. So give benefit of doubt. Speak in such a way that even if you speak in front of that devotee, if you speak to your Prabhuji, even in front of the other devotee, he should not feel bad. Like say you are telling Prabhu, somehow na, the setup has not been done today, we'll immediately do it. And then say Prabhuji may get upset. Hey Prabhu, how has setup was not done? So many times I had clearly told setup should be done in time. Who was responsible? Who did not do it? Myself. Now our false ego or our envy will be very happy. Ah, Prabhu, that ABC devotee, na, your favorite, he will not do it. He is the guy. He is. So you know what is best way? Prabhuji, I think probably. Even if you know for sure, you better say I think. Like in Bhagavatam it comes, you know. Shubha Goswami said, we have heard that once Brahmaji was running behind his daughter. Anyways, so he'll say something like this very sensitively, and then how he says, we have heard. He never says in Bhagavatam, we have heard. He just says so this was also sure only. But he's adding a layer of benefit of doubt. Okay. And second thing, immediately we should add. Roji, I think he must have some emergency might have been there. Otherwise, he would have surely done. See, by speaking this, we are curbing our own envy. So don't allow your mind to take opportunity to criticize someone unnecessarily or to judge someone. See, it may sound to very simple tips, but I'm telling you it works. Correcting ourselves, using our intelligence and conscious effort, which by observation we can learn from others' behavior or our behavior, where it hurts, where people screw up. And last and the most important advice is cultivate a habit of appreciation. Like I have noticed Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami, or I have noticed his own as Radhanath Maharaj. You will be able to easily understand better. Radhanath Maharaj, if he talks about anyone, he will add some adjectives. Before he'll talk the subject matter only, like he would say, in a lecture, like say he's talking about Nalakuver and Manigriv, Damodar Leela. So what he would say? And Narada, you know, feeling very great compassion over Nalakuver and Manigriv, blessed them with a curse. Now you cannot think only bad about Narada, and you cannot think unfortunate about these two guys. You just listen the sentence. And Narada feeling great compassion over this Nalakuver and Manigriv, bless them with a curse. Is it wrong? This is right. Correct? This is called expertise of a person who's so sensitive to. He's not offending Nakku and Madigrave here. Even if Nakku and Madigrave here, अरे यार ये भी अपने बारे में बोलेगा अभी. Yes. हाँ अभी तक अरे यार सही बात है. God's blessing ही तो था. सही बोला. Nobody feels offended here, and nobody develops negative feeling for anyone. This is called expertise, like an expert cook. He knows where to put chonk, where to put, when to put, how much to put, how to put, so that that thing tastes nice. Otherwise, it's not just by putting jeera seeds or mustard seeds your sabji will become nice. No. If you put them before the oil is heated, it won't be so nice. And if you put them like in the very high flame and overburn them, then hari bol, gone. Correct, no? Or if you make bunches of like, sometimes they don't put properly, they don't mix properly in the time. So sometimes one layer gets burnt and all. Right. So therefore we have to become refined like that. So I have observed, like Maharaj always ends up. If he says, so like say he's talking about Gauranga Prabhu and our very dear, illustrious, expert Gauranga Prabhu. So what happens is by always adding adjectives and you remind yourself also and others also about that person. So he always takes opportunity to glorify. He will never leave that opportunity. Hmm. Like let's say he's telling, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Sri Rupa Goswami in the science of devotional service in the holy city of Prayagraj. Holy city. So many times I have noticed this. So cultivate a habit of becoming positive in your speech. Like how Bhagavatam says, O best of the devotees, O best of the kirtaniyas, you know, O always smiling one. You've seen this kind of thing? O son of Pratha, O star of Sunday market. Correct, no? Oh, humble Vaishnava about to join ashram. I don't know, I'm just. You can, this is a very nice way. You see, even Prahlad Maharaj addresses like this to his father. What he says? Oh, best of the Asuras. Hey, Asura Shrestha. And he's like, oh, he's so happy about it. Of course, that is his identification. Na? Like, how do you introduce someone who has murdered, like, let's say 73 people, you said. So, इन्होंने 50 से ज़्यादा मर्डर किए. Hey, 73 किए भाई, ऐसे 50 से ज़्यादा क्या बोल रहा है? So that's like cultivate habit of positivity slowly in communication and in general talk. Sensitivity, positivity. Of course, bro, it's not like I am very good at it. I'm just struggling to be good. Because the tendency is there in our mind and heart because we are conditioned souls to become negative. एक मौका मिला ना हम डाल देते हैं सटल नेगेटिविटी भी डाल देंगे लाइक लेडीज ना वैसे कभी भी बात करती हैं she must have done this na this subtle thing is there we want to complain about others or speak negative there's a tendency actually therefore ninda adi shunya this is one of the symptoms of a pure devotee his tendency to criticize becomes zero anasuyave that was non-envy was a qualification of Arjuna to hear Bhagavad Gita nirmat saranam satam the qualification mentioned in Bhagavatam for hearing Bhagavatam so we have to be conscious about it and correct ourselves. Antidote of envy is appreciation. Appreciate. If your mind is feeling envy, you all the more appreciate. So then some change will come slowly. Too many tips, I think.
Very helpful. I try to implement it too.
Yeah.
Not happen like
please bless me also. I'm also trying on it. It's a lifetime project. Life के last day तक भी हम अगर थ्रेशोल्ड अचीव कर लिए, बस पहुंच जाएंगे कृष्ण के धाम.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much for that sincerity. I think we should stop with one last question.
There is one
So,
question.
Oh yeah, Suyog Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. You are
Uh,
you're
Alex,
so eager to hear
Prabhu.
actually.
Prabhu?
You're so eager to hear, Prabhu. I am amazed.
No.
You came to ISP also. Yeah, he came to ISP also. Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So you're just sharing, Prabhu, that um, to have good relationship with devotees. So you're just saying. I just recall this Maharaj lecture, an empty husk.
Yeah.
Maharaj says that yeah, we may have some problems, but I say who cares? Krishna is big
Hmm.
and everything else is small. So when we focus on Krishna, everything becomes small.
Hmm.
But we don't focus on Krishna, so all the problems become big.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Yes. And Prabhuji has also heard, Prabhu. I need some clarification. Prabhu, so I've also heard that the envy is the last anartha that will go off from our heart.
Ego.
And
Ego. Yeah.
E-
Ego.
Ego.
Anartha is envy, correct. Anartha, last anartha is envy. And actual problem is ego. That is avidya. So that is the last thing which goes. Because from there only all these things come. Because
Okay, Prabhu.
false ego means misidentification of oneself. Yeah. Okay. So
So, Prabhu, so envy is the cause of lust, or lust is the cause of envy, Prabhu?
uh,
Because
no,
one time we had a
yeah.
discussion and we all were like stuck at this point. Like, what is the cause of this?
So see, from false ego, lust is developed because then when I think I am the enjoyer, so I want to achieve something to enjoy. Okay. When I don't get it, someone else gets it, then I become envious. Practically, this is the thing which happens.
Okay.
Simple, very simple. Like you, I want something. Let's say I want a lot of money. So I want more and more. That is called greed. Okay. So from
Yes.
lust, greed appears. And if I do not get it, then I get angry. So from lust, anger also came. You can say from lust or whatever. And if I don't have, but somebody else has, then I may have envy.
And
If I have a lot, I may become proud also. Yeah.
okay.
And why does lust come? Because I think I am a male, so I want to enjoy a female. I think I am a great personality, so I should have a lot of money, so I'm lusty for money. So the false ego is the root of all these things.
Okay.
Therefore,
Okay,
when
bro.
we become, to the degree we become servant of Guru and Vaishnavas, to that degree, everything reduces automatically.
Okay,
The
bro.
root only
Okay,
reduces.
bro.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Guys, I was thinking this envy is the first because originally we were all in the spiritual world and we had
Yeah. So
Krishna was
envy, that is a root thing. That is how we come here with false ego. But
okay.
but the practical manifestation of lust which we see here, from there all these things come. Krishna explains, na? Kama esha, krodha esha, tajo guna samudbhava. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, bro.
Smart soul. Very good. Okay. Thank you, bro, for all of your enthusiasm, great enthusiasm, smiling faces. And I'm very happy to see that there's a great future for ISKCON of New York City or Brooklyn, Bharati Center. And yeah, भारतियों का center है ये तो. I also see many of you are very hardworking. I heard some of you are cooking for even Govindas currently in the crisis time. Who all? Suraj Pro and Saurabh Pro. Very good. Prabhu also. Very good. And many of you actually are very smart in doing services. I noticed actually. You take responsibility, you work out. Saurabh Pro runs the Sunday market. Okay, you cook, you run, whatever. Ashok also does a lot of services. Hmm. And you guys are very austere also and simple. He takes only khichdi. I'm feeling so uh, inferiority complex, I am feeling like I am sense gratifier. That Arjunan was taking only uh, quinoa, he is taking only khichdi, and I'm feeling so bad. And then they are not taking only one time prasad. I'm feeling like Prabhu, kya hua? So very inspiring actually. And you're happy with each other. That's the best thing. Happy for each other, happy with each other. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna. And now you got double Arjuna and Prabhu. Thank you, Suyog Prabhu and Kaushal Prabhu. Kaushal Prabhu is ASML, है ना? Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. It was amazing class. Really enjoyed.
Sheshendra Prabhu. I didn't meet Sheshendra Prabhu, but I'm happy to. Huh? Oh, Michigan. Okay.
The same batch as Jain Prabhu and Chandra Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sheshendra Prabhu, for your enthusiasm.
Thank you so much for the class, Prabhu. It was really very nice.
Thank you. And thank you, Gaurav Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class. This was really enlightening, and you kind of talked real life, how we feel, like situations, how come, and then you address so many things which is like practical. We generally kind of talk a lot of on other classes philosophical and stories, kathas, but this is so practical in our day to day that we usually even neglect that, and then we usually kind of come to these conclusions which obviously are our faults ourselves. So but you gave some practical tips and solutions to kind of work around them and how we should kind of find solutions around them. So thank you so much.
Thanks to Maharaj for giving us the sutras.
Yes.
आपके तो फोटो से ऐसा लगता है कि आप हो वहां पर. Yes, bro.
Our Gaurav Prabhu is helping us in Harrison program.
अच्छा, Harrison program. Okay. Thank you.
His wife cooks.
Harrison means Hari ka son. Hare Krishna.
And he does the follow up and everything.
Hare Krishna.
And our Abhinav Prabhu, he is joining from Seattle.
Okay. Abhinav was from Seattle, the most beautiful place in the right season in America. But otherwise, a very gloomy place. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. It was a very nice class and very nice topic also.
Prabhuji is connected with us online.
Okay.
I mean, he hasn't visited many times, but he has been connected with us
Yeah.
through online sessions.
You're welcome for Rath Yatra very soon. And Radhesham Prabhu is also coming. So if you're able to make it, Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. Okay, they want to take screenshot or picture. But it looks like that probably took online session. Okay. Should I take a screenshot? I'm wondering how they take. Command shift.
5.
Yeah, got it. Thank you. Haribo.
Hare Hare.
Okay, bro, we should end. Huh? It's late. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Radha Govind
Jai.
ki jai.
Hare